Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the channel. I am Rich, and I am once again making another video on XRP today. As always, I am with you. XRP is going to be the topic of discussion today, so I hope that each and every one of you is having a beautiful day wherever you are in this amazing planet. Moreover, I have to begin with this statement made by Eleanor Tourette. Her topic of discussion is the revolving door that exists at the SEC. A significant number of the individuals who are leaving the SEC are likely to concentrate on cryptocurrency-related topics with other businesses. By linking together with other businesses, they will be able to provide guidance on cryptocurrency-related issues and cybersecurity rules. I mean, nobody wants to sink with this ship for obvious reasons. Furthermore, I believe that Gary's ship already has holes in it. For the SEC, I believe that things will change very quickly once he is no longer there. However, for the time being, he is going to continue to force more and more cases against the wall, with the expectation that at least some of them will be successful in their efforts to bring down an increasing number of cryptocurrency enterprises. Updates on the SEC and Ripple. xrp+ripple CEO elaborates on the verdict made by Judge Torres and the strategies employed by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) in court, as he discusses the official position of XRP as a non-security. What is your opinion on the likelihood that Ripple will emerge triumphant in cross-appeal? The truth is that I have the impression that this entire situation has been a sham from the very beginning. In this case, Ripple is paying the SEC money, and the SEC is attempting to slow down Ripple's progress. What I see occurring is exactly that. I have a strong belief that they will emerge victorious eventually. The cryptocurrency market is not going anywhere. There will be no shutdown of operations at Ripple. It's hard to believe that they are a multinational corporation at this time. In addition to extending their operations in every other part of the world, they are currently engaged in a conflict with the SEC in the United States. To clarify, I mean that as time goes on, this lawsuit is becoming increasingly irrelevant and unimportant. The first big announcement will be regarding the clarification of regulations. Because of this, many institutions that have been waiting on the sidelines will be able to pass through the doors. There is a potential for the market capitalization to increase by a few $1 trillion in a matter of weeks. The next stage will be for the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, and the Federal Reserve to show their support for XRP. This is a famous post from the days when X was known as Twitter. When I go back to that time, however, I recall that the situation was still rather fresh. We were nonetheless aware that Ripple had strong connections with the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, and the Federal Reserve. Take a look at the current state of affairs. The Blockchain Information System (BIS) has included a discussion of distributed ledger technology (DLT) in their white papers, as well as Ripple and XRP. The International Monetary Fund is the same. XRP and XLM have just been given the go-ahead by the United Nations. We are going to become extremely wealthy as a result of XRP. The only thing left for us to do is to keep holding it. Right now, you are unable to be shook out. We are much too near to one another. As part of a commitment to assist black men, Vice President Harris has pledged his support for a regulated framework for cryptocurrencies. This is something that I do not comprehend. You should realize that this is happening at a time when there ought to be togetherness, and the things that this lady continues to say just serve to promote further division. They are attempting to maintain everybody's division. They do not want people to collaborate with one another. In light of this, Harris conceived of a proposition that he termed the Opportunity Agenda for Black Men, which was submitted less than a month before the presidential election. According to the plan that the Harris team has developed, more than 20% of black Americans possess cryptocurrency or have owned it in the past. According to the strategy, the campaign team for Vice President Harris expresses their appreciation for the manner in which new technology might extend access to banking and financial services. What a challenge it must have been for her to simply state that we are looking out for each and every cryptocurrency investment out there. Why should a story like this be created? To tell you the truth, these individuals want us to be divided, because if we are not united, we will not be able to fight together against them. Grayscale, who is our Vice President of Product and Development, will be participating in Ripple's Swell panel discussion. They are going to discuss the ways in which artificial intelligence and blockchain technology are coming together. It's going to be a highly significant event. As I mentioned before, if you want to make money in the cryptocurrency market, you should invest in cryptocurrencies that have a wide range of uses. There are cryptocurrencies that are connected to artificial intelligence, tokenization, international payments, custody token, and real-world assets, as well as the movement of the value of real-world assets. We are aware of the combination of blockchain technology and artificial intelligence. In other words, this is the convergence of the fourth and fifth industrial revolutions, and we have a financial stake in it. In addition, there is a lot of discussion around Ripple's plan to go public. One can draw parallels between Breon Broke and the pre-IPO and liquidity situation that Amazon experienced. Consider giving this a listen. In the same way as Amazon did in the late 90s and early 2000s, it is quite possible that it would provide its employees with equity-based remuneration or stock options. A significant opportunity to amass wealth may be presented here. Employees that joined Ripple at an early stage and were given stock options, such as Bob Way and David Schwartz, could potentially see enormous financial advantages in the event that the stock price of Ripple increases after the listing. To which I believe it would be. In a similar vein, Ripple's early investors and shareholders would at long last experience a liquidity event, which is something that Brad Garlinghouse regularly discusses in relation to the notion of delivering liquidity to its shareholders. It is for this reason that they have sent out tender offers throughout the course of the past few years. I also believe that this is a plausible conclusion because of the reasons stated above. Moreover, going public is not only about generating money, it also involves a number of additional considerations. The issue is one of legitimacy. As Amazon became public, it contributed to the legitimacy of online shopping as viewed through the eyes of investors and government regulators. In light of the fact that Ripple has been engaged in a legal battle with the SEC, a listing of the company, whether it be through an initial public offering IPO or a direct listing, would serve to validate the blockchain industry as a whole. Taking the company public would be an indication that Ripple is prepared to compete on the international financial stage, so establishing its position as a front-runner, and it would send Ripple in a very rapid direction. As for XRP, what about it? What would the price of XRP be if Ripple shares reached $600 following the initial public offering? This article now goes back to a time when the price of XRP was still less than 50 cents. In other words, if XRP was trading at 49 cents, you could anticipate that it would reach $6.63 with a Ripple initial public offering IPO if the shares reached $600. Due to the fact that I have seen people state that a Ripple initial public offering IPO could easily boost XRP above $20, other people would argue that. For the time being, however, we are only speculating on this. Despite our best efforts, we have not yet obtained this. There are a lot of things that are going to take place over the course of time as we move forward as holders of XRP, but the good news is that everything is going to be positive. However, I am of the firm belief that an initial public offering IPO would create greater value than an exchange-traded fund ETF. After that, what about this? With regard to this, what are your thoughts? This is in reference to Sol. Brad never provides any updates regarding the reasons why this occurs or the reasons why holders should continue to be present. As a result, Maximus Prime asks, what the heck in what way is XRP even up 2%? Never once does this thing stand up. Exactly is it that it is doing? As far as I am aware, everything else has increased by a significant amount more than 2%. For XRP, that is comparable to a record. Teresa Garlinghouse Brad. How are things going? Why has the price of XRP increased by more than 2%? Cats, Joe? I am aware that this is a joke and that it has been the worst investment I have ever made. You have anything extra Vita and Spacebrains 2 is saying. Regardless of what Ripple does, the price does not show any movement. In the event that it does move, it immediately returns to its previous position. Brad never provides any updates regarding the reasons why this occurs or the reasons why holders should continue to be present. Additionally, Brad Garlinghouse recently stated that he does not even comprehend the reason why the market has not yet rewarded XRP for the fact that XRP is considered to be a non-security. It is reasonable to assume that the market would unequivocally, just so you know, give XRP a little bit of a boost. On the other hand, Brad is not going to be sitting around and saying, oh, I better go tell these retail investors why XRP isn't moving. It is highly likely that Brad Garlinghouse would tell you that XRP is not suitable for retail investors. The target audience is institutional investors. When it comes to the cost of XRP, my thoughts are as follows at this time. If you take a look at the pricing of the other utility-driven cryptocurrencies and the other ISO cryptocurrencies, you will notice that they are all at rock-bottom levels. My opinion is that it is similar to one of those lengthy and drawn-out shakeouts. Then, all of a sudden, we are going to be able to see the true value of these cryptocurrencies. This is because it is impossible to have the kind of growth that occurred around Ripple, Hedera, Algo, or even XLM and XDC if there is no fluctuation in the price of the cryptocurrency. As of the present, even QT is significantly undervalued. It is now priced at less than $100. When it finally surpassed $100, I believe that was the end of it. It was definitely not going to come back down again. On the other hand, now it is somewhere about $70. I believe that what is truly going on is that we are waiting for everything to go live all at once. This is something that I believe is happening. Due to the fact that institutional adoption is going to take place extremely quickly when it does take place.